Sancho's passion for football started at a young age. His raw talent was evident from the start, showcasing keen dribbling skills and an eye for goal. At just 11 years old, he left his local club and joined Watford's academy. 2 years later, he moved to Manchester City's prestigious youth academy, where he trained in the midst of the best young players, an opportunity most players never get. Sancho, from a young age, aimed to be one of the greatest players ever. At the age of 14, he told his Watford under-15s coach about his intention to one day play for England. It was at Manchester City's academy where Sancho really began to make waves. The Premier League giants signed Sancho in 2015, and he impressed the world with his performances. In Manchester, Sancho developed his technical ability and tactical awareness under the guidance of Manchester City's elite coaches. Sancho's time at City proved to be instrumental in his development as a player. Sancho continued to impress in the City academy and was one of a trio of players that City chairman Khaldoon Al-Mubarak said would be fast-tracked into the senior setup in May 2017. However, Sancho was later omitted from Manchester City's 2017 pre-season tour squad due to a dispute over assurances of playing time in a new contract. It was rumoured that Sancho was removed from the squad because he was on the brink of leaving the team. Then in August of 2017, Sancho, seeking regular first-team football, made the brave call to leave the Manchester team for Borussia Dortmund in Germany's Bundesliga, a decision that will turn out to be one of the best of his career. It was this move to Dortmund in 2017 that brought Sancho into the spotlight. Now, this is no surprise, of course, as Dortmund is famous for developing young talents. Joining the German club for a reported fee of around £8 million, he was impactful from the get-go. In his debut season, Sancho showcased his unique talent, dazzling fans and pundits alike with his mesmerising performances. Sancho made his debut for the club against Eintracht Frankfurt on October the 21st, coming on as a substitute and thereby becoming the first Englishman to play a Bundesliga match for Dortmund. Sancho scored a brace in a draw against Hertha BSC, which saw him become the first player born in the 2000s to score twice in a single Bundesliga match, and the youngest ever by a Dortmund player. Following an outstanding performance in which he finished the season with 12 goals and 14 assists in all competitions, Sancho was named in the 2018-19 Bundesliga Team of the Season. He finished the season earning widespread acclaim and establishing himself as one of Europe's most exciting young prospects. In his second season in the Bundesliga, Sancho was equally brilliant. At the beginning of the season, he scored and assisted in the 2-0 win over Bayern at the DFL Super Cup, earning Dortmund a trophy. At the end of the year, Sancho was named runner-up in both the Golden Boy Award and the Copper Award. Sancho was also a beauty to watch in his third season at Dortmund. On May the 13th, 21 particularly, he scored 2 goals in a 4-1 win over RB Leipzig in the 2021 DFB Pokal final, winning his second trophy with Dortmund in the process. At the end of the 2020-21 season, Sancho, having bossed the Bundesliga, left Dortmund. Sancho's statistics at Dortmund speaks volumes: 38 goals and 45 assists in 104 Bundesliga appearances, a remarkable achievement for a young player. After much toing and froing and rumours in the press, in the summer of 2021, Sancho returned to Manchester when he joined Manchester United. The transfer, reportedly worth £73 million, made him the most expensive English player in history at the time. Sancho's hard work over the years seemed to have paid off with the move to Man United. Prior to the move, he was a star wanted by all teams that could afford him, including, of course, his boyhood club Man City. The move to United marked a new chapter in Sancho's career, as he embarked on the next phase of his journey at one of the biggest and most storied clubs in the world. The youngster wasted no time before he started shining for the Reds. He seamlessly integrated into the team, showcasing his immense talent and contributing goals and assists on a regular basis. His partnership with fellow attacking talents, such as Marcus Rashford and Bruno Fernandes, was a joy to behold. And together, they wreaked havoc on opposition defences with their fluid movement and telepathic understanding. But Jadon's career quickly turned sour. Now, some say he's a bad professional or a lazy trainer, whereas some say he's been treated poorly or has been forced out of English football. Well, tell us what you think in your opinion down below. Regardless, Sancho started the 2022-23 season really wonderfully, only unfortunately dropping form in the middle of the season. And then the manager made a huge call, taking Sancho out of the squad for 3 months and devising an individual training program for him. That program included sending him to train with Dutch amateur club OJC Rosmalen, where Sancho could work with coaches trusted by Erik ten Hag away from the spotlight of Old Trafford. When the league started, Ten Hag said, he played some good games, but after we got a drop in levels, sometimes you don't know why or what's causing it. Most of the time it comes slowly, first you observe, but the statistics back it up. At the start of the season, he had goals and assists, but his key moments and key actions became fewer and fewer. It's a combination of physical, but also mental, said Erik. When Sancho finally returned to the team in February of 2023, he was again excellent. However, at the beginning of the 23-24 season, Sancho was again continuously left out of the squad. Football fans thought he was going through a form search, just like in the previous season, but all hell broke loose after the match against Arsenal. For the match in question, Jadon Sancho was absent from the squad that lost, a match where Manchester United were severely lacking in attack. This naturally led to questions about Sancho's availability. Ten Hag said, when asked about Sancho's absence from the squad after the 3-1 defeat to Arsenal, based on his performance in training, we didn't select him. You have to reach the level every day at Manchester United. You can make choices on the front line, so in this game, he wasn't selected. But Sancho was dissatisfied with Ten Hag's comments in the post-match press conference and issued his own statement on Twitter, saying, "Please don't believe everything you read. I will not allow people to say things that are completely untrue. I have conducted myself in training very well this week. I believe there are other reasons for this matter that I won't get into. I've been a scapegoat for a long time, which isn't fair. All I want to do is play football with a smile on my face and contribute to my team." Controversial, right? Now, although he was quick to delete this post, his statement showed the world the strained relationship between Sancho and his coach. Many footballers and pundits faulted Sancho for his reply. It was seen as unprofessional and hinted at the end of his Manchester United career. Andros Townsend weighed in, saying, "I don't think what the manager said was personal. All he said was that Sancho hadn't trained well, so he wasn't playing. It was a professional opinion. Calling the manager a liar? Well, there's only ever going to be one winner there," said the Luton forward. Without a doubt, Sancho's act was unprofessional, and it wasn't his first instance. At Dortmund, he was once dropped for being late to training. He also defied Germany's coronavirus rules in 2020, which led to his being fined by the German FA. At the international level, Sancho and Phil Foden were dropped for an under-19s game with Latvia after turning up late to a team meeting. While one of these two players has clearly sorted their discipline out and subsequently become one of the best players in the world, the other one has maybe fallen by the wayside due to club politics. Ten Hag is famous for being perhaps unnecessarily blunt. When Marcus Rashford was left out of the team at Wolves in the 2022-23 season, Ten Hag first explained it as internal discipline, leading the striker to admit that he had been late to a team meeting. Picking a side in the battle might be hard, but definitely one of the parties will suffer more. Well, as Townsend foresaw, the winner was Ten Hag. The writing was on the wall. Sancho was left out of the squad and didn't play in any matches after that statement, before being sent back to Dortmund on loan in January of 2024. At this point in his career, it looked as if Sancho's dream of playing for the Red Devils and competing at the highest level was over, and that he was taking a step back by returning to Germany. However, at Dortmund, the footballing gods shined on Sancho again, as he picked up brilliantly from where he'd left off. Now, although initially there were some mediocre performances, leading to some fans claiming that Ten Hag had been right to send him away, Sancho has since been in ever-increasingly brilliant form, especially towards the end of the season. On May the 1st, Sancho made history when he completed 12 dribbles against PSG in the Champions League semi-final first leg, the most from a player at that round since Lionel Messi in 2008. This brilliant display secured Dortmund's spot in the Champions League final. Winning the Champions League will definitely make Sancho have the last laugh in the battle with Ten Hag. I don't think this will change either of their minds, though. Ten Hag has said that Sancho will not be in his plans next season, whatever happens. And Sancho has said he wants a permanent move away from Man United, regardless if Ten Hag is the manager or not. So the question is, can Dortmund do it? What are their realistic chances against the mighty Real Madrid? And where does Jadon Sancho's future lie? Let us know what you think in the comments section, and we'll see you in the next video.